What's up, guys? My name is Luke, and today I'm going to present 5 steps for the Rockies to get back on track and make the playoffs. The Rockies boast of an enviable core that has helped them make the playoffs in 2017 and 2018. However, most of the team's core will be free agents soon, and with the Dodgers and Padres in their division, it seems unlikely that they can make it back to the playoffs. Here are 5 steps for the Rockies to get back on track and make the playoffs. Step number 1. Rebuild. The main reason why the Rockies are not able to keep up with the Dodgers and Padres is because of their farm system. While they've produced some stars like Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado, they've also had some big misses in the draft, especially of Riley Pine, who they used a 4th overall pick on in 2016, and he has struggled mightily since then. They've also been quick to give up on promising prospects, with the main examples being Tom Murphy, Mike Tauchman, and Tommy Kahnle. As of right now, the Rockies have the 28th best farm system according to MLB Pipeline. They only have one top 100 prospect, and that is Zach Veen, who could be a great 5-tool player, but he will need some time to develop. Also, fellow prospects like Ryan Rollison and Ryan Valade have a good chance to help the Rockies. Rollison looks like he could be a promising 2 or 3 guy in the rotation for the Rockies, and since making his debut in 2017, Valade has shown exceptional skills with his bat and defense. After these 3 prospects, the rest of the farm system looks exceptionally bleak. If the Rockies were able to trade most of their core, they would greatly help out their farm system while setting them up for success in the future. If the Rockies decide not to trade their players, they will most likely not make the playoffs and have to rely on drafting their prospects. I believe the prospects the Rockies should target are players with an expected time of arrival of 2022 to 2023, which would make them playoff contenders around 2024. The Rockies should try to trade anybody that will not be a part of their future teams. Step number 2. Trade Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story. The first thing that the Rockies will need to do is trade Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story. Trevor Story is undoubtedly a top shortstop and could be the best shortstop in a stacked 2021 free agent class. The Rockies only have control over Story for 1 more year, and they could get a very solid prospect return from a team in need of a shortstop. Perhaps a package from the shortstop-needy Cincinnati Reds consisting of Tyler Stevenson, Bryce Bonnin, TJ Friedl, and Joey Kunal could get the job done. Now, of Nolan Arenado, the trade is more complex. Arenado is still under contract with the Rockies and will be under contract for 6 more seasons. The issue is that Arenado has opted out after the 2021 season, and he is reportedly unhappy with the Rockies front office. The difficulty with this trade is that the Rockies front office would need to find a taker for Arenado's large contract. But because Arenado is one of the best players in the league, and maybe even a future Hall of Famer, the Rockies will definitely find a taker with a stellar prospect return. Step number 3. Trade Marquez, Santazala, and Gray. On the pitching side for the Rockies, the depth is very bleak. Many of their pitchers are below average and teams would not want them. However, the trio of John Gray, Antonio Senzatala, and German Marquez would bring in a great return. John Gray was the 3rd overall pick in the 2013 MLB draft, and while he has not lived up to the hype, he has been very solid. An MLB team that is in need of pitching could get a solid back of the rotation starter in Gray without giving up a big haul. Antonio Senzatella could be appealing to teams because they could have him for a few years and he would greatly benefit from not playing in Coors Field. Senzatella made his debut in 2017 and has since then struggled to a 5 ERA. However, the Coors Field effect has hit him hard, but he put up solid seasons in 2018 and 2020. Like Gray, a pitcher-needy team could benefit from him without breaking the bank in prospects. Now, of German Marquez, he is greatly different than the other 2 previously mentioned. Since being acquired by the Rays for Corey Dickerson and making his debut in 2016, Marquez has been downright a stud. His 4.24 ERA would be solid from anyone, but great for a pitcher in Coors Field. Marquez has received down-ballot consideration for the Cy Young in the last 3 years. If he did not play for the Rockies, he arguably could be a Cy Young contender. Marquez's career FIP is 3.85, which is very good for someone in Coors Field. While a team would need to break the bank with prospects, it would greatly benefit both teams in the deal. With most of the core gone, it does not make sense to waste Marquez's talent with the Rockies. Step number 4. Signing stopgaps for the team. With the core gone and the Rockies' AAA depth thin, the Rockies would need to sign free agents to fill up gaps for a year or 2. One such player that comes to mind is Hunter Renfroe. Renfroe has been a power-first bat since making his debut in 2016. While his average has struggled, he has hit 97 career home runs to date, including a career best 33 homers in 2019. With that power at Coors Field, it would make Renfroe a very nice fit onto the team. Kyle Freeland could be a very solid stopgap. Freeland's value currently is down, and it'd be better to wait to see if his value goes up before they consider trading him as of now. Also, Freeland is a hometown kid and a fan favorite, so it makes sense for the Rockies to extend him and see if he can succeed. Other players such as Renato Nunez and Matt Andriese could be solid stopgaps from the free agent market as well. Step number 5, wait for the prospects to become big leaguers. Now, this is the most difficult part because it requires a lot of patience and trusting in the process. Many prospects will fail and not live up to their expectations, while others will greatly succeed. During this time, many of the prospects will reach the majors by 2022-2023 and help them build them into a contender. This seems like the most logical path for the Rockies to take, especially with the Dodgers and Padres in their division. With a core of Zach Veen, Ryan Rollison, and others, the core would have a group of very enviable players. Only time will tell if the Rockies do this plan and succeed. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as I'll be making more baseball-related content like this in the future.